The chairs of 3 House committees just releasing a memo and draft subpoena asking the White House, compelling them rather, to produce key documents. Let me bring back in NBC's Jeff Bennett, who's following the action. Jeff, tell us about what this letter says and what these lawmakers are looking for.
And Hallie, here's what we know. So in about 20 minutes, we expect to hear from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff himself. And so what we've learned, what NBC News has now learned, is that you do have the 3 committee chairmen from those respective committees that are looking into this question about what happened between President Trump and his interaction, his phone call with his Ukrainian counterpart. And so what we've learned is that these 3 chairmen are releasing a memo and a draft subpoena that would compel the White House to turn over any related documents. I think it's interesting that we're learning of this now. The subpoena will be released formally on Friday, but this is still in a memo form, as I understand it, that Cummings has shared with members of the House Oversight Committee. We have seen a dramatic shift in the approach from House Democrats. I think the speed of this impeachment inquiry has really rendered a lot of the legal ramifications moot. They used to say, in the face of White House stonewalling, if you don't give us what we want, we'll see you in court. Now they're saying they don't really have time to let a lot of those court proceedings play out. So they're saying that any obstruction, as they see it, from the White House will be grounds for a potentially separate article of impeachment, which would be congressional obstruction. So watch for that when the subpoena finally lands, we expect on Friday, Hallie. And
they're writing, these chairmen, that the White House, in their view, has a flagrant disregard for these voluntary requests for documents, citing some documents that they had asked for on deadlines that the White House has now blown past, in essence. Jeff, am I understanding that correctly?
You are. You're right about that. I mean, this is the kind of thing that these committees have asked for voluntarily, repeatedly in the past. But as this impeachment inquiry, you hear from Democrats, they say it has to be fast and it has to be focused. So they are now upping the ante, really telegraphing that the subpoena is on its way at the end of the week.
Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Why don't you subscribe? It's really easy. Just click on that button down there. And for more news from MSNBC, click on any of these videos here for the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more videos from MSNBC with our newsletters. Head over to msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up.